And here is a funny moment from the beginning of the podcast.
Mic check. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Tell me, can you hear me? What's up, little Milli Vanilli? Tell me, can you hear me?
I was thinking more, what song am I thinking of? Nope. Blanked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Milli Vanilli.
Okay.
Blame it on the rain. Yeah.
Not my time.
I know. It's a decade older than you are. All right, you ready?
We interrupt this program to bring you...
All right, what's up? Welcome back, everybody, to Double D's pod today, presented by Stubby McPickle.
Yes.
We are back.
Stubby. Did you ever tell them about Paco? Have we really talked deeply? I think we did.
You know, we did talk about Stubby and Paco in the first recording that was never released.
We'll have to get back to
the issues.
We'll have to get back to them.
But yeah, we'll get back to Stubby and Paco and Olive and everybody else that comes along with it. Yeah. But in the meantime,
good old Olive.
Welcome back. Episode 3. First two have been fantastic.
We're getting comfortable with
this.
this.
First two have been really good. We just released the second episode a couple days ago.
Put in here if you see any new things. Put it in the chat.
Yes, if you see anything new, we're trying to upgrade or make some changes, do some things here and there, about every 2 or 3 episodes, right?
Yes.
So we're going to continue to improve, I think, both on our end as well as the quality. Clearly, we can't speak properly yet, but that's all right.
Yeah. Well, happy fall.
To
everyone.
Yes.
I mean, that happened over the last couple of episodes.
Yes, we are now into October.
Still a little hot, but I mean, the weather is getting better.
You know, it's actually been really nice. Every morning I get up and I make my coffee, and now I'm able to leave the slider open with the screen shut.
Yeah.
And
been waiting for those days.
You know, let the dog chill outside, and he just lays down. And
nice and cozy.
Yeah, it's very nice.
It is nice and cozy. I've been able to walk the dog again.
Yeah, not burning feet and stuff like that. Well, it's really nice because in Arizona, you know, October's
February. Very own, shout out Drizzy.
October through February, March is just gorgeous.
Yeah, no, it's...
You know, you don't have to worry about anything without it being too hot, like you said, for animals and such. So
this is the time of year people love about Arizona.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So, let's get right into it,
All
man.
right, let's get into it.
I got topics like crazy today. First topic I want to get on. Let's go straight to fantasy football. We haven't talked about it much. We are in the same league. And you know how in the leagues you could chat amongst the whole standings of all the people in there. My boy over here decided to throw my business out that is not like it's open, that I'm in last place. Yep. Remember, I auto-drafted.
Yeah.
And I also made a mistake one week. One of my guys got out on a day, and I didn't see it.
Yeah. With that being said, I also said that I was in last place before you took over last place.
I was going to get to that.
Okay.
So now we can look at the current standings. I'm sure we'll throw it up in the middle right here.
Yeah, I'm in last.
Last place. But there was a comment thrown in the chats that hurt my feelings. It's like, you're in last place. And I was like, oh, okay.
What were
not
the
how
comments,
you start,
what
it's
were
how
the
you
comments
finish.
Before I said you were in last place?
What were the comments?
I don't remember.
I don't know. It was just a lot of trash talking. And, it's good trash talking. But then it got a little personal. So throwing my business. Now,
not sorry.
That's fine.
Fantasy football is trash talk.
It is. It's all about how you finish. Now, secondly, stop asking me for silly trades. This guy, A.J. Brown. I would never trade A.J. Brown for I don't care how many people you send me. The guy scored.
Other people.
I know, but the guy scored 70 points for fantasy. He scored more than 5 players on their own.
I know, and I offered you 3 people that make up for that exact same points.
Yeah, but what if they want? Drop in the comment. What would you do? Would you ever trade AJ? But who'd you ask to trade him with?
I think I offered you George Kittle, Cam Akers, and Isaiah, the guy from New York. I can't think of his name off the top of my head. Hodges.
I get it. It's a fair
So a tight end, a running back, and a receiver.
You know tight ends barely make points in these things.
Have you heard of Travis Kelce?
I know
Have
him.
you heard of George Kittle?
Yeah, but if you don't have those guys, the other ones are barely making points.
But I just offered you George Kittle.
Yeah, but when you have a receiver like A.J. Brown, are you going to just take...
I understand. The whole purpose of a trade is to get the juices flowing. And so if you don't like that, then you counter. If you don't want to counter, if you get rid of all of them, then you just simply decline.
Well, the only way I can counter, because a lot of my guys are either out or on injury reserve.
Which is why I offered.
I would never trade A.J. Brown. This guy is a receiver.
Yep.
Receiver.
Yep.
He don't drop many passes.
No, he's very good.
And let alone, it comes with you having to call good plays. But you got to be able... This guy leaves his mark with ease.
Yep. Hey, look, I understand exactly who A.J. Brown is, and I know exactly what the trade was that I offered, and clearly you're declining. So that's fine. You are getting a little upset about it. That's all right.
A.J. Brown.
But when you're in last place, or in your case, second to last place...
Because who's in last?
I am. Which is why I said if you're in last place, or in your case, second to last place, you have to try and make moves. Because you're not the only person that I put offers out there to. There are other people.
I understand, but I'm the.
You're
We're
the
talking
one
about.
So angry about.
I'm getting upset about it because
are.
A.J. Brown is my best player. You went after my best player.
Well,
70 points, y'all. That's
because I need a
unbelievable.
receiver.
No,
That's
no.
really what it is. I need a receiver.
I understand fantasy football. You gotta try and get.
What if I traded? What if I offered you A.J. Brown for Travis Kelce?
No.
Okay.
Not for A.J. Brown. I mean, it's just unbelievable what this guy did.
It's true.
the
All
other
right.
week.
That's fair.
Shout out to A.J. Brown. Thank you for being great. I don't support the Eagles. I'm a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan. But the way you played the other day, brother.
Wasn't your defense? Didn't your defense do pretty well?
Yes. My Dallas Cowboys. Okay. So.
That's what it was.
Well, the first game, they did amazing.
Yep.
And I didn't have them in.
Yep.
I made a huge mistake.
Yep.
And then ever since, I've never taken them out.
And then you put them in against Arizona, and they lost.
But
they had like
bounced
6
back.
points.
But they bounced back.
They did. They bounced back last week, and they had a ton of points. So did my Seattle defense.
I'm working my way up. I made a huge mistake the second week and the first week. And now I'm focusing a little more.
Yeah, you're coming back.
So
sort of. I mean, you're out of 12 and now into 11, so you're making a comeback.
It's not about how you start; it's about how you finish.
That's right. That's true.
Do you have? Let's keep on football for a little bit. Let's talk about. Clearly, there's something here on the table.
Oh, yes. Let me move my water bottle out of the way. Let me actually just change hats here, because. Oh yeah, Seahawks. Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Tell me about it.
11 sacks.
Wow.
Monday Night Football record, or tied Monday Night Football record, I think.
11 sacks?
Yeah. Daniel Jones, New York Giants, not a chance.
Okay, before you go on, what's the most, not on like Monday night, just what's the most sacks in the game?
I think the most sacks in a game is 14. And I want to say it was the Steelers, but I'm not 100%. Like, don't quote me on it.
No.
I haven't. I have not looked that up.
Somebody knows, drop it, please.
Yeah, put it in the comments. But a couple things I want to talk about when it comes to that Monday Night Football game on Seattle, New York. Seattle just does not lose at MetLife. And since 2010, since MetLife Stadium has been around, Seattle's now 6-0. Okay, they just don't lose there. Bobby Wagner played like Bobby Wagner. That man was all over the place. Couple sacks. I think he had like 15 tackles, 7 tackles for loss, something like that. But the star of the day, of the night, was the rookie sensation that everybody chirped and said that we should have gone and drafted somebody else. But my boy, Witherspoon.
Yeah, killed it.
Only rookie ever to have 2 sacks and a pick 6 in the same game. And not only that, he had 11 tackles, 2 sacks, pick 6, 97 yards, by the way. Picked off Daniel Jones on the goal, almost on the goal line. Incredible. 11 sacks total as a team. I saw something today that the Giants have only had the lead for 19 seconds all year. And we're in week 5.
That's crazy.
Coming up on week 5. So we should have won. I didn't think we'd have won in that kind of fashion. I'm a little bit kind of iffy right now on what's going on with the Seahawks offense.
But you were happy with the defensive performance.
Super happy with the defensive performance. Super happy with Kenneth Walker. Shout out K9. Offensive Player of the Year, NFC, or of the week, excuse me. Geno got hurt his knee a little bit from a dirty tackle. Drew Lock came in. Drew Lock and Noah Fant. I think Drew Lock he is a starter. He could be a starter. He was a starter. I think backing up to Geno is smart as well. But if Geno goes down, Geno needs some time. Whatever, Drew Lock can come in and Drew Lock can play the offense. He's playing really, really well. So good job for coming in and taking care of business when Geno was out for a minute. But the offense was just slow. I think we won 24-3. It should have been a lot more than that. But when you're up. Because, Spoon, when he intercepted, it was 14-3.
Yeah.
So we should have still been rolling on offense. We should have still been, really going after it and trying to hit things.
So
I mean, you got Lockett in your fantasy. I got Metcalf in my fantasy and Walker.
Yeah. You would think that would galvanize the boys a little bit when your defense is playing that.
Yep. You'd think that they'd want to just pour it on them. But we just couldn't quite get things going. Yeah. Kenneth Walker, the third, Zach Charbonnet. Shout out to them. Our run game was fantastic. I think he had 90. K9 had like 94 yards. I think something like that. Yeah. But yeah, it was just a solid offensive performance. Not great, but it was solid. And our defense was out of this world.
You know what they say: offense wins games, defense wins championships.
That's right. No, that's a fact. 2013. What's up?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or 2014.
What's your boy? Are you talking about your boy Sherm?
I'm talking about the Legion of Boom, baby. I'm talking about Sherm. I'm talking about Thomas. I'm talking about KJ. I'm talking he wasn't Legion of Boom, but Beastmode was on the team at the time. Yeah.
I just like that guy.
Yeah.
I met him. So it was a very weird encounter. Sorry to jump off subject. We were in the airport. We were going to a game. I think it was in Tacoma, maybe. I don't know. We were in the airport, and I'm like walking. I'm on one of the moving escalators, and I see this like big dude by himself off of it, like in the walking area. And he was coming up on his height, and he's in this like, I don't know, he has a sweatpants on and a sweatshirt, and it just says Beastmode on it. I'm like, all right, that's cool. And as from a distance, like, oh, that's just a big dude. And as I got closer, I was like, oh, this dude is big. So I come by. And as soon as I pass him, I go, yo, you're, and I kid you not, he goes, shh. Bro, I got silent immediately. I was like, all right. And in the moment, I wish I had a bag of Skittles. Because I literally think we would have became homies in that moment.
Yeah,
such a character, bro.
So one of the things, and first of all, don't ever apologize for getting off subject when you're talking about Beast Mode, because you can always talk about Marshawn. But
what a guy.
He's ridiculously intelligent.
Yeah.
Like stupid intelligent.
You seen the show? The show that he does?
I've seen all of them. I think he has like 3 or 4 different YouTube channels now.
Unbelievable.
And I would absolutely love to have him on. What's up?
Come on, Marshawn.
But no, it's just ridiculously intelligent, an amazing football player, amazing teammate. I'm jealous because I would have loved to have had that opportunity. I would have shushed as well. I'd have not said a word. I'd have put my hand out to maybe get a handshake.
Did this?
A little.
That's
bump.
all. That's all that happened, and I just kept it pushing.
That'd have been fantastic.
What a moment! I'll never forget that. And it was just kind of like the presence of these guys. When you see them, you're like, oh shoot, like, you're kind of a superhuman, Like
they're way, way bigger than you think. And it's interesting because I'm almost 6'4".
Big dude.
Yeah, I'm 6'4", 230.
Yeah.
But you go and stand next to like a Jimmy Graham or DK. First of all, DK Metcalf is a robot. I'm positive.
Dude
but
is bionic.
He's huge.
Massive.
But a couple years ago, had some field seats at a Seahawks game, and DK came running by. He is a massive human being.
No, he's big.
Massive.
Big dude.
But his numbers, right? They're not the same. Like they're virtually the same as mine, except for he's like way less body fat. But he's just a big dude.
Yeah.
Broad shoulders. I mean, that's how all of them are. All the football players.
It's crazy.
You know, even the offensive linemen that are 360 pounds, that's not fat.
No, but when you see like Marshawn on the field, like when I saw him do that,
He looks short.
Yes. I'm like, it's just crazy. The perception that you get from watching someone on TV around other gigantic humans.
Other giants, yes. That's exactly what it is. All right, so back on to other topics here, because we're going to stay in Washington, and we're going to switch from the Seahawks.
Go ahead, because we're going to go to the other coast
That's
as soon
fine.
as you're done.
We're going to switch from the Seahawks, and we're going to go to the Washington State Cougars. So, yes, I'm going to take my Seahawks hat off.
Swear, I wish I brought my hat.
Well,
I
you
wish I bought my
You
hat.
didn't think about that.
Just
All
put
right.
the thing up in the middle, Buccaneers.
Getting
when
into
it's
the
my time.
Cougars. So, Cougars had a bye week last week. Let's talk about it a little bit. I think I said last week in last week's episode, everybody was talking about Cam Ward, including Aaron Rodgers, who was laid up, and he was on the Pat McAfee show, and he was saying how even the Cougs are having a great season, Cam Ward's having a great season. But we had a bye week last week, so this week we got UCLA.
Okay.
At UCLA. It's on Saturday, 2 days from today at noon. You should be able to tune in, because I don't think you have to go
What makes you think I want
Practice,
to watch
right?
the Cougars?
because of this show.
All right, I'll give them a look.
You're not. I mean, I support your Owls.
Do you watch them?
If they're on TV, I do.
Okay.
Are they on TV? Not unless you are there.
You just got to find the streaming that they're on. They can be on any TV you want them to be.
Yeah, well, Pac-12 Network always has the Cougs. Anyway, I think this game is going to be tough. UCLA, Chip Kelly. Chip Kelly, for some reason, always plays coaches really well against the Cougs. I think we can pull it off. But if that's the case, if we do, and we're 4-0, you better look out. Because, we moved up. We're now 16.
Better let your boy
Or
Josh
13.
Kelly.
Excuse me. We're 13.
Boy Josh Kelly better be on point.
Hey, I think everybody's going to be on point. I think our
Big
defense is the defense is going to be the kicker. If Cam Ward can continue to not throw any interceptions, continue to stay healthy just like everybody else, but if he can just manage the football, our defense is a game changer.
Yeah.
And the reason why I transitioned from Seattle to Washington State, even though they're on bye, is because of that defense. Our defense is absolutely killing it, fourth in the country or something like that right now.
Washington defense is just on point.
Yeah. I still don't understand why we don't take more Cougars and put them
Bring
in
them straight to Seattle.
but
Interesting. You might be onto something.
maybe. Never know. We've had a couple University of Washington Huskies that have gone to Seattle. But one of them, Jermaine Kearse, NFC Championship. I mean, he says in his he was on a podcast with KJ Wright, KJ Wright all day, his podcast. Jermaine Kearse was on there, and he said, he's just been clutch his whole life, and that's a fact. If you go back and look, Jermaine Kearse owned the Cougars, the Cougars in college.
What a statement to say about yourself.
I mean, clutch all my life. That's what he says, man. And he's not wrong. I will say, Jermaine, if you ever actually watch this, it was annoying as hell to listen to it because I think you said it 70 times during that podcast. But it was more annoying because it's right, and it was because
trying to make a point.
He made the point, but he made the point for years against my Cougars.
That's why.
And I loved him when he was in Seattle. I thought that the way that they did him dirty in Seattle when he ended up going to the Jets. But anyway, super happy about that.
Stay clutch,
and
brother.
so to you, congrats to your Buccaneers for winning last week.
I was about to get to the East Coast. We went to, I don't know what that stadium's called. Mercedes or something?
Mercedes-Benz?
Yeah. Went over there.
Isn't that in Atlanta?
There's one there. No, yeah. I don't know if
You
it's
went
called.
to the Saints, right?
Yeah, we went to,
New Orleans.
yeah.
Isn't that, I don't think that's the Mercedes-Benz. Isn't that like the...
We'll have to look it up. That's kind of bad. I don't know. Don't matter. We went there and spanked them fools.
You apologize.
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not. I'm just saying.
You don't have to calm down.
Baker May. Okay, seriously. There was a lot of doubt about him. And I think it still is. And I'm sure there will be until the end of season. It's just, that's how it is.
Look, here's the thing with Baker Mayfield. I'm going to interrupt you before you even get started. Baker Mayfield will have 4 games that he's good to really good. And then he has 4 or 5 games that he is trash to shit.
That was in the past. I've been saying...
That happened last year with the Rams.
But what's last year? Technically, it's the past. What I've been telling even some of my own Tampa Bay Buccaneers fans, they've been saying the same thing. They're starting to say things like, he's impressed me. And I even told my buddies, say it again. The only way you're going to get this guy to keep doing that and performing at that level is building his confidence. I've always said this. When you come to Tampa, there's something about it that changes your style. I don't know if it's the demand that we put on people through the fans or whatever it is, but I feel like that city kind of changes you when you come there. I mean, even when Brady came, I wouldn't say that Brady is his own. He's a legend. I get it. But I felt that he had this different persona about him when he came there. He was like, yeah. There was a specific play where...
Because he got paid.
And even when you're getting paid, you still, as a quarterback, they're known to protect themselves. Brady went into... He did something that I used to see Brett Favre do. I think...
Throw interceptions?
No.
Oh.
No. There was a play where I think a guy, I don't know if he threw a flick, but then he ran and blocked somebody. And even after the play, the dude went up to him. Brady threw his body into him. I've never watched Brady a lot before.
Yeah, that was also against the Saints. And that was when Marshawn Lattimore and Mike Evans got into it for the 3rd time that game.
But my thing is, do you think he would have done that when he was at the Patriots and that type of... I know he's an intense player, but I felt like I saw something different out of him when he came to Tampa.
I don't think that he would have when he was in New England, but I don't think it had anything to do with the fact that he was in Tampa Bay. I think it was a different time of his career. He had already won 5. He was working on 6. He knew he was going to get it because he got all of his boys to come down to Tampa with him.
And?
He got a lot of money. He finally, for the first time in 20 years, got paid to be the quarterback.
My point is... Where did he go for all that to happen? Tampa.
He could have gone anywhere, though.
But that's where he went. And all I'm saying is that part of it, I feel like the city and the people, they take care of him. And they say, if you're going to come here and represent us, we're going to take care of you. Because that's how we do our people.
Well, I've never lived in Tampa, so I can't.
I just feel that that's something, because I'm from there. And I feel like that's something that I feel even when I was born there. When you're in Tampa, it's like a big family. It's a big city.
Yeah, I mean, I would say the same for Seattle, but I think some of it has to do with the biasness. But maybe you're right.
I just feel Baker coming there because he always has been getting like a lot of stink based on his performances in the past. I get it, but us in Tampa giving the band a chance, letting him do his thing, and I feel like he's embracing that role now.
Yeah, I will say that for the first few weeks of the season, he's played like early Baker. He's played like, how he did when he first got into Cleveland, how he was playing in college. Like, he's playing well. Last year with the Rams when he came in, he had a great couple of games. And he had that great attitude, super, super driven, ready to play hard, a lot of attitude.
Yeah.
And I think that that's great, and I think you have to have that. What I don't want to have happen is when he has a bad game,
it falls off.
That he falls off again. Because it's just like we talked about a couple in our first episode. It's about your mentality, and it's about putting yourself in those positions and being able to get over it quickly. And I don't think that he has that ability.
Well, you say that he's grown up a bit. I also think, before you answer that question, I think he's had to, because you're coming in behind a legendary quarterback.
Yeah, but don't you also think that makes it to where you really don't have any expectations?
Well, yeah, but you also want to live up to his standard, but show that, like, I know what we had these last couple of years. I know you had somebody that everybody in this locker room and everybody else looked up to in the city.
Yep.
So now you can take it 2 ways. You can say, I don't have no expectation, which is good. He may not have any pressure. He may be taking it that way. But at the same time, maybe he's embracing the role and say, I want to be a leader on this team and show you that I can take us to the motherland if it gets to that point.
And I really hope that is the case. Like, there's nobody in the NFL that I want to see fail.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, I want my team to win and the other team to lose when they play each other, but I don't want anybody to fail. I don't want anybody to go out like Johnny Manziel.
Right.
There's, unfortunately, my boy Ryan Leaf. Like, I don't want that kind of stuff to happen.
I don't think they're trying to.
No, I don't think they're trying to either, but I mean, you can get to a point where you just don't care anymore.
Yeah.
And I felt like I'm gonna give you two examples. The first one is Baker Mayfield. I felt like he just didn't care anymore when he was in Cleveland.
Well, before you go on, I feel like there's so many X factors within that realm. Like, we're not with them every day. There's other things that have to be going on for you to start feeling that way. Maybe people in the locker room.
I think it's all of it.
Yeah.
I think it's all of it. I think it's also your own play and you're doubting yourself. And I think it's your locker room and you're losing the respect and the followership of your teammates because you're, as a quarterback, you want to be the leader.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of that. We don't know what goes on in their personal life. We can only speak from our angles as fans about that. And so when I say Baker Mayfield and he got to a point where he didn't care, it looked like he just didn't care that he was playing football for the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah.
And the second example of that is Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson's last 2 years in Seattle, he played like he just didn't care. Last year, when he played for Denver and he hated Nathaniel Hackett, he played like he just didn't care. And everybody blamed Hackett. And now he's got Sean Payton, legendary coach, Super Bowl winning coach, had Drew Brees, did record numbers with Drew Brees, and he's playing better.
So you're kind of making my point a little bit.
I'm trying to help you make your point.
Yes, because there's so many factors that come in, like within the locker room, outside the locker room, fans, the city supporting you. Like, I just feel he's shown enough to Tampa that they're like, okay, we've known what you've done in the past. You're showing that you got a little bit of dog in you, so we got you.
Okay.
We got you.
Okay. I mean, I don't disagree with you, but I'll just say that going back to my original point when you brought up Baker is he always has 4 or 5 good games, good to very good, and then he goes on the slide of 4 or 5, 6 games of trash to shit.
Trending.
So
that's the trend that you've set.
Yeah, so he's up and down. So
hopefully...
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you, but let's talk about that in a couple episodes and see how Baker's doing.
How it is. Yeah,
you know, because if by week 8
we'll have you in here shaking hands, because I know you're gonna keep it going, brother.
All right,
come on, Bucks, let's do this. Yeah, so that's my Buccaneers. I mean, I wish Mike didn't get injured. Hopefully, he's back quickly with his hamstring.
Yeah,
we had 2 go down that game. I think Mike
Evans is an interesting one to me.
And how you're saying that?
He plays with a huge chip on his shoulder. Actually, Mike Evans and DK are very similar. Like, they're very hot-headed. Like, they make stupid decisions sometimes. Blindside hits. Always the second guy gets the penalty.
Smacking in the face.
Yeah.
I like that.
But he's also a hell of a football player. But he's also streaky. So even with Tom, he was streaky. Dropping passes, not running the right route.
Yeah.
But then next thing you know, he's catching 4 touchdowns in a game.
Well, you can't catch them all. I mean, you are put in that position to
I disagree, and so will DeAndre Hopkins, who went 3 seasons without dropping a pass that was thrown to him.
How many people are like him?
Every receiver in the NFL.
I know these guys are paid to catch these balls, but what I'm saying is, you know that Mike Evans is going to make big plays for his team, and like he has been.
I know that he can.
If I'm throwing the ball to somebody on the Buccaneers for a game-winning play, and they don't know the ball's going to him, I'm choosing Mike Evans. Or if they do know.
I was going to say, even if they do.
I
mean, I don't disagree with you on the Buccaneers.
Yeah.
I don't disagree with you on that.
That's what I'm talking about. All right, that was my Buccaneers spiel. I need to get a little more facts about things.
Oh, yeah, I'm supposed to talk about the Broncos, too, because we did talk about last week that the Broncos got absolutely schmammered 70 to 20 by the Miami Dolphins. However, the Broncos did get a W. It happened to be against the second to worst, if not the worst team in the NFL, the Chicago Bears.
Was it a close game?
It was close because they were down 17-0 or something like that, and then came back and won. But they did get the W. W's a W.
W's a
As we say in golf, the scorecard doesn't have any pictures on it, so it doesn't matter.
As we say in soccer, a goal's a goal if it crosses that line.
So, my son is a huge Broncos fan for no reason other than everybody else was a Seahawks fan, and he hates the Seahawks because he's got to be different. So he's a Broncos fan.
Nothing wrong with that.
Other than Russell Wilson, he can't name a single player on the Broncos.
It's fine.
But he doesn't care. And that's fine. To each their own. So there you go. For you, the Broncos won. What? No, you're not as big of a football fan anymore.
But I mean,
okay.
His team won.
His team won.
So did mine. There you go. He's been around, but hey, what a guy. John Elway. Shall we go on?
Yeah, okay. Name one other quarterback.
Simeon. The kid. You asked, I answered.
All right, I'll give you that. Drew Lock. Yep, good job.
Did I say John Elway?
You did.
What a guy.
Who
made the Vortex Nerf football. I don't know if he made it, but he promoted it, and I bought that thing as a kid and
Everybody
loved
did,
it.
because everybody wanted that.
What a toy.
Yeah.
What a toy. Shout out Nerf.
All right, what's next?
Yes. All right. So going on, kind of sticking around sports. I just like the topic. I'm going to fire off a couple questions to you.
Okay.
Whether you know the answer or not, just kind of answer.
Give it to me.
Cristiano or Messi? It's going to lead to other things.
Ooh, Ronaldo and Lionel Messi. Okay, got it.
Which one? Who would you pick?
For what?
Best player. Let's just say that.
Best player?
Yeah.
Lionel Messi.
Okay.
However,
Okay. I like it.
if the question was who would I right now?
A lot of kids ask me this question, so like
Yeah.
after games and stuff. So
I would say Messi for best player. Between the two, best player. Right now, who am I going to build a team around? Would be Ronaldo.
Okay.
And
Okay.
it's strictly just based off, I think, I hate to say this, but just based off of age.
Okay. Now I'm gonna tie this in a little bit.
Okay.
Michael Jordan or LeBron?
Michael Jordan, hands down.
Okay. Now, when you hear both of these these two pairs of names,
Yep.
who do you compare? Like, is like the other in different sports? Like, is it Cristiano and LeBron, Michael Jordan and Messi, or vice versa? How would you compare them? Because I got another one that I want to ask about that too.
That's actually a good question. So I would say that Messi is more like Jordan.
Why?
I think everybody feared Michael Jordan.
I like that point. Go on.
When
with
you
that.
went up against the Chicago Bulls and Michael Jordan in the 90s,
Besides the Pistons, those guys didn't fear anybody.
but even then I would say late 80s and up until 92 Pistons.
Okay.
They didn't like them.
Yeah.
Even when Rasheed Wallace was still there in the 2000s, nobody liked the Pistons, and they were still tough. Ben
Yeah.
Wallace, Rasheed Wallace.
Yeah.
However,
Ruthless.
everybody feared Michael Jordan.
Like you didn't want him
Nobody
to have the ball.
fears LeBron James. And I feel like people fear Lionel Messi.
Okay.
I feel like people want to play against Cristiano Ronaldo. They want to have that. They want to play. They want to see if they can stop Ronaldo. But they're afraid to get beat by Messi. Does that make sense?
That does, actually. That actually is like a very good point. I kind of like the way you phrased that.
And I would actually take LeBron completely out of it, and I would throw Kobe in there.
Yeah, no, I only
R.I.P.
say LeBron because that's like a big thing. I would definitely say
Yeah,
Kobe
because
too.
LeBron's
I think
broken
Kobe's
the points records and all
yeah,
that kind of stuff.
but that's my point. The reason why I asked those two is because I'm basing it off of a lot of people say like, oh, LeBron works hard and Cristiano worked so hard, and you see all their like trainings and things in that on social media, and it's very out there that these guys train.
just because it's out there now.
But that's what I'm saying. These people, a
You
lot
tell
of
me that
people,
Michael Jordan didn't train?
no, thousands and thousands of shots.
Larry Bird?
I agree. But a lot of people say, no, that's natural born talent. Maybe not as much for Jordan because of the journey that he had, not making his team in college and all that, or high school. I don't remember what it was. But this guy, he's had to have taken over 1 million shots to become the greatest player.
Absolutely.
But same with Messi. A lot of people say, like, no, that's natural born talent. He's been doing that since
No.
he was. It's like, yes, I agree.
Maybe, but-
I agree he's had that and he's done that his whole life. But just because you don't see this guy putting in the hours of work in training,
You ask, and you are a professional athlete.
Yeah.
You ask any professional athlete, natural talent will only get you so far.
100%.
It does not get you to these conversations that other people are having saying, is it
about
Ronaldo and Messi, Jordan, LeBron? Like, it doesn't do that. Natural talent gets you Jeremy Lin. Natural talent. He also worked really hard.
Yeah.
And he played in the NBA for many seasons.
Right.
But he had 1 year that Linsanity happened. Because everybody else on the Knicks was crap. No offense to Jeremy Lin. Again, he's a professional NBA player. 0.0001% of people that try to go in the NBA.
Right.
But everybody else on your team was shit and you were the best.
Yeah.
That's why Linsanity happened.
But it's also different, like, with these guys. When LeBron played with Miami, all good players on the court with him.
Yep.
The Bulls, fire team.
Sure.
Barcelona, fire team. Real Madrid, fire team.
Yep.
And these guys still stood out amongst amazing, great players.
Yep. And they also made, with the exception, and I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, but with the exception of LeBron, I think all of those other players made their teams better. I don't think LeBron has ever made any of his teams better.
I have to disagree with that one. I think when he was in Miami, he had good players on his team.
You
Don't
think
get
that
me twisted.
LeBron made Bosch and Wade better players?
But see, this is another thing. We don't see the amount of leadership that LeBron does behind the scenes. LeBron is a great player that demands a lot. You know he's going to get the ball and change games. That alone sometimes, it's not always about vocal. Sometimes it's about action. Like, you can be a silent leader specifically by what you're doing. And I think some of the things that he did, he demanded more of his players because he's playing at a level where all I want to do is dominate and win games. You know, and I think sometimes that should just feed into the guys around you, which I think it does. I think it did when he was at Miami. I think they knew, like, oh, we got to get on this guy's level because he's not fooling around. Same with Dwayne. I think automatically LeBron knew that he was coming with a guy that, okay, he's a baller. You know, he's going to do his thing. I'm going to play my game, and hopefully he just keeps playing his and elevates to another level that he can. I think they were both leaders on that team. But I think, yes, majority of the other guys, did they make their teams better? Yeah, of course. But Messi, when he went into Barcelona, he was going into a team. He was there since he was a kid. He was working his way but he went on to a team at a young age that was full of players at that time. Mm-hmm. So I don't think it was just like he was going to training with the young team and playing with the guys that he's played with at Barcelona later on in his career, just like natural talent-wise. I think he had to work. But I think a lot of people miss that because of the magic that he does do. They just assume he didn't train. It's just natural born. And because they don't see it.
Well, I agree with that. I mean, in my world, you would say the same thing about Tiger or Jack. Mm-hmm. You know, people don't realize how many golf balls Tiger Woods has hit in his entire lifetime, not on a golf course.
Right.
They just see Tiger. They just see him go out there and go, oh.
And they're like, this guy just wins.
Yeah, he just wins. And he does. He wins 22 or 23% of the times that he tees up.
But I think with natural born talent.
Only gets you so far.
Yeah, but it comes with crazy amounts of training.
Yeah, it can. I know a lot of people out there that are naturally talented at something and only do that and never get better. But anyway, go ahead.
Specifically talking about those
Yes,
four.
I think all four of them
to
practice.
Be the greatest.
Yep. I think all four of them practice very, very, very hard. Mm-hmm. And I'm not taking that away from LeBron either. I do think that he does work hard. And there, you know, a big issue that I have with LeBron is if Michael Jordan, A, played as long, B, didn't retire twice, and C, took a bunch of games off every year, like LeBron does, I think Jordan would be closer to hitting the all-points record too.
I also think the game has changed drastically since when they played.
Drastically.
It's not as intense as it used to be.
I mean, LeBron is built like he could have played in the 80s and 90s.
I think he could have dominated them, but I also think it was way more physical, and he would have been tossed around a little bit too. People don't take it lightly.
But we talked about this last time. Like, if he would have grown up in that era,
would he be as?
I don't think he would stand out as much.
You know, this kind of goes back to that whole like pads, no pads.
It does.
It's just kind of how you're built up.
It does, because you can't take LeBron right now, or even LeBron's career right now. You can't take that and say, put him in the 80s and 90s and see if he can play, because it's a completely different game. Steph Curry probably would not do as well in that era either, because it wasn't about shooters back then. It was about putting the ball down low and beating the crap out of each other.
Yeah, there's always a fight. Broken rims.
Yeah,
When's
that's
the
why
last
you-
time you seen a broken rim or a broken backboard?
Somebody dunk and break the back. It's been
Shaq.
a long time.
It's been a while, huh?
Yeah. But, I mean, back then in the Jordan days, you had Steve Kerr, Reggie Miller, Starks for the Knicks, like Chris Mullin, Larry Bird. Those were shooters.
Yeah.
Allen.
You know who has...
Speaking of the Heat,
Yeah.
Yeah. Ray Allen.
Yeah, he was...
Go back to the Boston Celtics. I'm not talking about the 60s, but I'm talking about the early 2000s Boston Celtics before Ray Allen left and went to Miami.
Mm-hmm.
Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett.
Yeah.
I don't think any of those teams, I don't think could have played against the Pistons, the Celtics, the Lakers, or the Bulls of the 80s and 90s.
Yeah, I think who balanced that the most would probably be Kobe. He was the best of both worlds because he could definitely compete in today's
Kobe
game.
and Allen Iverson.
Yeah, and then back then they had that mentality of, okay, let's battle.
All right. So I know you had that question, but I will say this: who does not ever get talked about, and who should be in every damn conversation when you're talking about greatest basketball players of all time? Tim Duncan.
Oh yeah,
You never hear it.
Hey, and David Robinson.
Hey, the Admiral, what's up?
I'm telling you,
But you never hear Tim Duncan.
You don't, and he definitely should be talked about. I mean, that team was probably one of the most fundamental basketball teams I've seen.
Oh, Popovich.
Yeah, actually saw him in San Antonio when my wife and I went to dinner one time, and he was just eating by himself.
Right before I graduated from basic training, I went to a San Antonio Spurs game.
Good, man.
Got to see them all.
I was a part of the Spurs at one point. I played for San Antonio. They were affiliated with the Spurs.
Oh, really?
So it was
Yeah.
San Antonio
Shout out to
FC.
San Antonio. They're playing really well right now, too.
Good for them. They're fundamental, very organized organization. So shout out to them. All right.
So continue with your Cristiano.
No. That was kind of
okay.
like
That was
my bet about them.
Got it.
Now, kind of moving on to the same thing. Nike or Adidas? And this isn't to like get brands or anything. I wear both. Like, I'm all
But
over.
again, for what?
Just
in general?
shoes, gear.
Adidas.
Okay. Now, Gatorade or Powerade? A lot of new flavors. They have zero.
I
They
gotta
have all
go
this stuff.
Powerade.
Okay, so that's kind of funny to me because I'm literally like the opposite. Do you think Nike goes hand in hand with Gatorade and Adidas goes hand in hand with Powerade?
I never thought about that.
Well, if you were to think about it, think about Gatorade. They usually have orange and green.
I think
Nike is orange and white. Powerade is like darker colors, black, white. Adidas is black, white stripes.
Powerade's darker color. I never even thought about that. I mean,
The label, they're always
I think Powerade because all of the Powerades to me have less of a bad aftertaste. Gatorade has bad aftertaste for me.
Okay.
And I prefer Powerade Zero, so zero sugar Powerade, over any of the Gatorade Zeros.
Okay.
And as far as Nike versus Adidas, I prefer wearing Adidas golf shoes over Nike.
Okay.
Nike shoes are always too wide for me,
For golf.
just in general.
Okay.
I can't even tell you how many pairs of shell toes that I've had in my life.
I love shell toes.
And it had nothing to do with Run DMC. It was just because I like shell toes.
Shell toes are nice shoes. I love shell toes.
So, and I prefer Adidas clothing when they were still doing golf clothing, like
Dry
when
fit,
they
all
owned
that.
TaylorMade and all.
No,
Yeah,
dry fit is not.
yeah.
But theirs is Climacool.
They're Climacool.
Yeah, sorry, dry fit.
But so I prefer Adidas over Nike, but I also own a lot of Nike shirts. Mm-hmm. But that's because of Tiger Woods.
Okay. I was just trying to see the comparison because every time I think of that, I always feel like Gatorade and Nike go together. Maybe because of the orange.
Which is
Of
really
it.
interesting because Nike started in Oregon and Gatorade started in Florida. So they have literally nothing to do to, and they were completely different eras too.
But when you look at the colors of them, and what is Oregon's?
Green and white.
Yeah, but what is they're sponsored by Nike, ain't they?
Yeah, because Nike was invented by the track coach at University of Oregon.
Do they drink Gatorade there? Do you know?
Probably. I don't know.
It'd be interesting to see if how that. Maybe I'm just basing it off the colors. Because when I think of the colors,
everybody's jugs in the NCAA, water jugs. Pause. In the NCAA are Gatorade because I'm pretty sure there's a sponsorship, a corporate agreement there for NCAA.
Okay.
I don't think it has anything to do with.
Yeah, no, I wasn't really talking about.
But
like the sponsorship.
Michigan's Jordan brand.
And Jordan is Nike.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Nike got Yeezus. I mean, no, sorry. Adidas has Yeezus. Nike has Jordan. Converse. All the above.
Have you seen Air?
No, somebody told us to watch that, and I need to watch it. I heard it was a great
You have
great
got
movie.
to watch it.
Yeah, I'm going to watch it. I'll watch it tonight.
All right.
Next, I kind of want to move on to something.
Okay.
It's kind of facts that happened today. Today is October 5th.
All day?
I looked up a fact, and it kind of led me when I looked this
Are
up.
these like moments in history facts?
Yeah, moment in history
I
fact.
love you.
It's just one. I'm not going to. In 1970, PBS began broadcasting on American television. Okay, that's where you had like Mr.
Sounds
Rogers and
Yep,
Sesame Street, all those. Okay, that's awesome. Great, great shows and everything. But the PBS logo is what I'm really going to go into.
The head.
The head. Mm-hmm. You know where I'm going with this? A lot of people said that it looks like Klay Thompson. Put it up here.
What?
So we can see, and we'll divide it.
Okay.
Give me your thoughts on that. Kind of think of Klay Thompson's
see
profile. It's here. Think of his profile. So this was like a thing a little bit ago.
What?
Do you think that?
Not at all.
I kind of did
And
when
the thing
it
that
came.
irritates me the most is that you're picking on Klay Thompson, who
No,
is,
I'm not
by the
picking
way,
on
a
him.
Washington State
I'm
Cougar.
not picking on him.
Circle.
I like my boy. He's a shooter. He's a great player. Respect to Klay Thompson. I just want to know why that was a thing.
I think that
Somebody out there said the PBS logo looks like Klay Thompson.
Troy Aikman looks more like a white Jay-Z than PBS looks like Klay Thompson.
Okay, so now we're going into doppelgangers.
Now we'll put that up.
Well, which one do
Troy
you think
Aikman-
looks more like?
Troy Aikman looking like a white Jay-Z,
Okay.
or Klay Thompson's profile looking like the PBS logo.
Which one looks more? Drop it in the comments. Which one looks more like? It was a thing back then.
I've actually never heard that. So
when that came up, I couldn't unsee it because I kind of get where they're coming from, but at the same time,
But he
like,
doesn't
not really.
have a flat nose face. Like his nose still protrudes. Like it's not flat.
We'll look at it. We'll look at it.
What's next?
All right. We'll save dad jokes for next time. I did want to go into something where it's just like the new generation. There's been new words put in the dictionary, and I'm just trying to like learn some of them.
And I'm 10 years older than you are, and you're
Yeah,
gonna bring
but-
up new words.
But I think it's like important for us to try to keep up with the lingo.
All right.
Hold on, let
My
me
phone
find
is
it.
blowing up right now.
Okay, here it is. Oh, there was a word that
All right. Well,
came
while
up.
you're looking that up, I'm gonna do a quick shout outs to a couple of our sponsors. Number
ahead.
one, Stubby McPickle. If you haven't yet, go follow us on Instagram at Stubby McPickle.
Learn some stuff. On
Go to
there.
the website, StubbyMcPickle.com. Take a look at our apparel, clothing line. We have men's and women's apparel, water bottles, hats, all sorts of different hats. But golf tips, swing tutorials, all that kind of stuff, videos, vlogs, you name it, all on Instagram. Also like to do a quick shout out to Belching Beaver. Thank you so much for sending the seltzers that I have been talking about for a month now, since I met you guys over in Oceanside. Cannot wait to continue to try them and see what happens with them. And hopefully we can get you out into Arizona, some of these golf courses, because I think you guys would kill it. So that was my quick shout out.
Respect. I got some later, but first word, new words in the dictionary. I actually don't know if this one is in the dictionary, but Riz.
Riz?
This word, yeah. This
Isn't it
word
like
is
when it's humid or something like that and your hair's all...
frizz?
Oh, that's frizz. Whatever. I have no hair, so... I don't know.
Respect. This is why we're doing this, because we need to keep up with the lingo.
Riz. What is Riz? Let's
Riz
see.
apparently, I train. Yeah, I
right.
want to give our. What do you think Riz is? Let's give our.
Can
our
you use it in a
definition.
sentence? Or does that give it away?
My man's got the Riz.
Oh.
I don't even know if that's how you use it.
Game? Like,
yeah,
he's got game?
that's what I would assume it is too. And I
right.
think that I'm pretty sure they added that to the dictionary. Not 100%
Riz.
sure, but yeah, I think that one was added to the dictionary. And then, well, can we ask you what
What
how
do you
would you
think?
use Riz in a sentence, or what do you think it means?
It
Game.
basically
You got
means
game.
what I mean.
So would you say it like, my boy got Riz? Yeah, pretty much. Interesting. So you can end the sentence with, hey, you got Riz.
Basically saying that you have the ability to pull.
You have
Yeah.
the ability to pull?
Yeah. But okay, so you remember when like in
okay.
like 2000s,
Got it.
like
So you got drip.
for Rizzle.
yeah.
The Z words weren't like
Yeah.
real words. They were always
Shizzle,
like
rizzle.
for
Yeah,
Rizzle.
yeah, yeah.
For shizzle, my nizzle. You
It's off the
those
hizzle
are-
for rizzle.
Yes, they were always like fake words just adding on to something
Yep.
that meant something.
Yep.
Now they're actually being put in like these are actual words, words with Z. Like I mean I know there's like maze and like
Do you think it's because
oh boy got the Riz.
I'm gonna say this, and there's no other way to say it. So
I got Riz.
just go with me on it. But do you think it's because old white guys like Webster and Merriam are dead?
I don't know, but that's what I'm
with
trying to.
with the new, I shouldn't even say new, but with just everybody growing up and realizing that we all have different cultures and melting pot of America and the world, that new stuff has to be put into dictionary.
Well, that's what, I don't know.
So I'll tell you right now, an old white guy did not think of the word Riz.
How do you know? Yeah, let's be honest.
I mean,
Well, I mean, I don't even know who makes these words up.
Because
though.
Rizzle and Shizzle and all that was not invented by an old white guy.
Yeah, no, I get that, but what I'm saying is like, where is it coming from? How are these words becoming popular?
Pop
is what
culture?
I'm- yeah, but so just because they're like popular words, we're throwing them in the dictionary. Not saying
Hey,
that they
I-
shouldn't be thrown in the
I don't
dictionary. Like if it
agree
is,
with
it is.
I don't agree with it. I also don't think that the word ain't should be in the dictionary, because ain't a word.
Well, that ain't
but
cool,
apparently
bro.
it is now.
Do you use ain't?
No.
I use ain't a lot.
I can't say that I have never used it, but I try. I actually don't think that it's in my normal vocabulary.
The thing about vocabulary is like everybody has their own. So to say that the dictionary is the ultimate right,
Yeah, it's crap.
I wouldn't say like everybody has their opinion. Whatever. It's a good guide to go off of and it has
I
definitions.
suppose anything that has a definition should be in the dictionary.
Dictionary. So I guess these words are fine.
I guess.
The other word is John.
Is what?
John.
John?
Chiefly Philadelphia. It's informal. I think it's like a type of slang. Pop culture and slang.
How do you spell
JAWN.
it? John.
Like that John over there is what I'm assuming. I've heard that. Look at this John. Apparently it's something
John,
or
John.
someone for which the speaker does not know or does not need a specific name. Can you hand me that John right there?
So basically, if you don't know what something is called, you just call it a John.
So I guess I'm gonna have to look these up before I say them because I gotta make sure I ain't saying nothing off the rip, like kind of crazy. Yeah,
know what that-
I don't know if that's in the dictionary.
You know what that makes me think of, though? And this is not something that is odd for anyone else, really, except for probably people in America.
Yeah.
So I started a few months ago. I came across this Netflix show called Top Boy.
Love it.
Absolutely phenomenal. That is a show.
Top Boy Summer House,
All of them. Absolute show. Just watch the newest season.
I didn't like the ending of it.
No, I hated the ending of it.
Because
was
I wanted
really
it to kinda
disappointed.
keep it going
They
on.
rushed it.
Yeah, I felt
The
like
way
it
that
was
they
rushed.
ended that, I'm so pissed off about it. I'm not going to get into it right now because I know a couple people that have not seen it.
Respect to everybody in that
That
show.
do
You guys
watch this.
Killed
Oh
it.
my
You
God.
guys killed that show.
And
man.
the fact that the two main guys, and again, I'm going to say this without trying to like throw shade or anything, but the two main guys are not even actors.
Oh,
They're
rappers.
rappers.
Yeah.
Anyway, so apparently it's not weird anywhere else in the world, but it is here. But when you say wagwan,
yeah.
which is slang for what's up, what's happening, what's going on. I think I got like 6 episodes in, and I was like, what the fuck are they saying? I had to look it up.
Yeah, bro. Wagwan. I think it's because Jamaica
It's Jamaican.
is it's
Yeah.
it's patois, but it's a form of British descent. They are
Well, they were
British
British territory.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So I think
Were.
a lot of their lingo goes hand in hand when you listen to them.
Absolutely.
talk.
And once I put that puzzle piece together, now it's just like no problem. Because I'm actually really good with accents. I don't have a problem with watching a show and needing
Yeah,
to turn
you can
subtitles on.
understand
No problem. It's the same thing every time that I start talking to my buddy Daniel in Australia.
Yeah.
Like
You
I
just
start
start
talking Australian.
Good eye, man.
It just happens.
Good eye.
G'day. Yeah.
Dang, he's actually not bad.
But anyway, so is that another
I think it means to be
cultural
honest,
thing, or
to be
is
honest,
it-
I think it means joint in Philadelphia or something. I just read it, and
joint, like a place to hang out, or elbow joint, or smoke a joint?
I think smoke a joint, one of those.
Gotcha.
So I think I'm gonna have to look up more of these words.
Ah, okay. So when you said pass me that John, okay.
Right there. But I think it's also, I think you can use it multiple different ways. Like you could say, like, oh, pass me that John right there, like a bottle of water or something. I think it's just slang used for like, I'll have to actually look it up some more to find out. But
Okay.
I think what they said specifically, that's what it meant.
I don't know why that immediately made me think of E40.
What a guy.
Dude,
Jesus Christ had dreads, so shake.
if I could ever meet any rapper,
What a hype man. Him and Fat Man Scoop.
It would be E40.
Him, Fat Man Scoop, and Lil Jon are some big time hype man, bro. When you hear them in a song, you're like, oh, this song's about to bump.
Oh, I just heard a song that somebody remade and they put Lil Jon in it. No, it wasn't a remake. It was Lil Jon and E40.
Ooh.
And I cannot remember. I'm gonna look it up and
Yeah.
I will talk about it next week.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fantastic. Anyway, yeah, E40. Shout out to E40.
Real quick, when you watch Top Boy,
Yeah.
you start talking like them, yeah?
No.
Love talking like the Top Boy. Sorry if I'm butchering it.
No.
but
No.
I can't go the rest of the day without talking like them.
I can, but
It's just
God,
like
what
you.
a show.
It's
what
a
a
great
show,
show. It's a
man.
great show. Just to kind of learn that style of living in the, I guess they call it the ends in London. It's just different, bro. You don't really, you think London, you're like, oh, London, beautiful city and all that.
Yeah.
It's just different.
It's just different.
different
And
lifestyle.
Their yards,
Yards.
right?
Yep,
So their apartments
Yep.
is what we would call them here. But
they portrayed it very well. I mean,
God,
like
they
I
did.
said, I've never been there to like
yeah, they
understand
did
it,
it so well.
but
Big shout out to Top Boy. Shout out to Netflix for bringing Top Boy back because there was a significant layoff.
Yeah. Took some time.
And all of the actors and actresses in that show.
watch Top Boy if you get a chance.
Absolutely.
Great show.
Yeah. Anyway, so keep going with your words.
Yeah, those were kind of the two that I had.
Okay.
There's one that I just saw that I don't. This one's kind of like throwing me a bit. It's called. I don't know. Maybe this isn't like a pop culture word, or maybe it is, and I just Jolabakaflod. Yeah, that must be a made-up
You're
word
just
because I
making
had
up
to
words,
look to my sources. You've never heard of it.
You're
either.
just making up words now.
No, it's here. It's here.
Are you
Fall
sure that wasn't
23
from Star
collection.
Wars? No? All right.
New drop word, yeah. So those are all I got. I just the main one was Riz. That's one that I've been hearing a lot. Are there any others that are like pretty popular? Mid.
What?
Mid. Yeah, this word is, from what my understanding, is used to describe as like that's okay. This is mid.
So it's medium. It's middle of the pack. It's average.
But like, would you ever use that in a sentence?
Hell no.
Like, I'm just trying to like.
I would
figure
say
out-
this is average
I just feel like it's like. No, that's
or
mid.
sea level.
I just feel like we're getting lazy on finishing our sentences.
We absolutely are.
It's just kind of gotten to the point where it's
We're
like
getting lazy
instead
in
of
everything.
saying, oh man, that's all right, like, and giving a little bit of explanation on why. If I ask a kid like, oh, what do you think of it? That's mid. Huh? That's mid.
Yeah.
Why? I don't know.
No.
It just is.
No.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, I'm just trying to figure out how to engage a little more.
See,
with this.
to me, that kind of stuff makes it. It actually takes up more time because now I have to ask what that means, and then you have to explain it to me. So just answer properly so that you're explaining. It's just like if you do something right the first time, it takes far less time and effort than when you have to go back and change and do it again.
Well, now I'm going to take it even further because we've talked about this before. It's a generational thing. Because what do you think our parents thought when we would say things to them? And they'd be like, what? What does that mean? It took time for us to explain it to them.
Yes.
And then they even went to, just don't worry about it.
Yes.
So I feel like it's starting to happen to us. So it's kind of, obviously it shows our age, but at the same time, it's just kind of like, do we take the time to try and understand it, or we just, I'm going to talk to somebody my age so I can have a normal conversation?
I think that my generation, your generation, I think we are more open to learning what the current lingo, slangs, whatever is than my parents' generation or to me, or to my generation, just because we did go through that. And I would imagine that our parents' generation went through that with their parents' generations and stuff like that. I mean, it's a continuous thing. I mean, you're constantly evolving/devolving, I guess.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
If you're young, if you're old, drop some words that are used in today's society that you can maybe teach us. We're just trying to stay hip. I don't even use hip. I don't even use hip. No. Sorry, that was dad's time.
Jesus.
No,
I thought you said we were gonna wait to do dad jokes next week.
Jokes is next week. No, but I am trying to keep up just a little bit of the lingo. Not that I'm going to use it all the time, but I do kind of want to understand if a kid's talking to me, like, what does that mean? Whether it's good, bad, like if you're saying something out of line or if you're trying to keep it, cool with me. I'm just trying to learn some stuff. If you're a parent and you've heard some stuff and you want to learn something, or if you know something that we don't know, drop it in the comments. If you're a kid watching,
throw out some of the new things that people are saying. I don't know. I was just sitting here kind of zoned off for a second, trying to think of what, because I don't really talk to a lot of kids.
I do my fair share of trainings.
Well, sure.
With kids. So, if they give a bad pass and they say something, that was a mid pass. I was like, well, you didn't pass it to the middle. It was like, no, that meant bad pass.
Yeah.
You see how I can get confused with that?
100%. Yep.
Like little things like that. It's just different times, different words.
Yeah. All right, so you got a question of the day?
Oh. I think that was my question of the day.
That was your question of the day?
No, my earlier one.
Your
with
Ronaldo?
the Cristiano one.
Oh.
No. I lied. I have it. Sorry, I actually talked about it to my buddy. Shout out to Thomas Marquis for this one.
Thomas Marquis, shout out.
For $10K, would you rather be an NFL running back for one drive? With this one drive, you get the ball every play. Okay. Good play calling. You get
for $10,000.
Let me finish.
Okay.
Or fight in the UFC for one round for 5 minutes. Best UFC fighter. 300-pound dudes running at you, trying to take you out. We talked about last week. You step into this world potentially knowing you can get seriously injured. We're not football players. We're also not UFC fighters. $10,000 or whatever amount of money you want. Let's go there. Like whatever.
Well,
you think
it has
worth.
to be more than $10,000. It has to be something that you're going to be willing to hurt yourself for.
50, 100. I mean, what?
Yeah, you'd have to be.
All right, let's just say $100,000.
You'd have to be probably 7 figures for me.
Jesus.
I don't want $1 million.
So that just tells you how serious this is.
No, actually, I'll take that back. It would have to be $300,000 minimum, because I think that's what the minimum NFL salary is.
Okay, I like that you
Somewhere
did that
around
science in your head. That's good. Okay, $300K.
I'd be a running back.
And why?
Well, because it's for one drive, which is going to be 3 plays, because there's no way in hell that I'm running 10 yards.
I see. I gotta word this differently. Okay,
Right?
go on. That's
I mean,
right. You're taking the question.
Never been a running back before.
Yeah.
And I'm 6'4", 230 with way too much body fat. I'm not making it that far. So I might get 5 yards if my offensive line is good.
I should change it.
You should, but you didn't, so that's the question.
Okay, go on.
So I'm going to
say you should get cracked on one of the plays.
No, well, that's not what you said. So I'm going to get 3 plays as a running back. So I would say that.
$300K?
And now UFC, on the other hand,
you're already going into a physical fight.
No matter what, I'm getting my face hit or breaking a rib somewhere around there with no padding other than my crotch and my Knuckles.
Let me change it. Would you rather take... All right, good answer, but I realized that was way too easy. Would you rather take a punch from Mike Tyson or a head-on, not head-on, like straight to the body hit for Ray Lewis?
Straight to the body hit from Ray Lewis. Without even hesitating.
Yeah, I would probably take the hit too. To be honest, I don't think I could get hit. And
I
Mike
wouldn't-
Tyson in his prime.
I wouldn't even want to get hit by Mike Tyson right now.
Yeah, me neither.
That dude is he's training Francis Ngannou right now. Like he's still an absolute machine.
I don't think I could take a punch from Mike Tyson straight into the dome.
No,
That could be it.
that would be it.
But that also could be it if you get crushed by Ray Lewis.
Eh,
Yeah, you were saying that. Hey, bigger than me.
you still have pads. You have no pads against Mike Tyson's fist. Even a boxing glove, 16-ounce boxing glove, that's no padding. Ray Lewis running at you with shoulder pads and a helmet, hitting your stomach that has pads, and you have also a helmet on with your shoulder pads that are going to help a little bit with your whiplash. You might get a couple broken ribs and maybe a concussion.
That uppercut hook that Mike Tyson had.
Yeah, you're talking about a
actually
busted
scary.
jaw, broken orbital bone,
It's
possibly, blood into your eye and losing eyesight. You're talking definitely a concussion.
Drop the comment, man.
I
What would you
understand that
rather?
CTE is a real thing, right?
Yeah.
For sure. But look at all of the boxers after 20 years of boxing.
No, I get it.
They
but
can't
you're
talk.
only taking one. And sometimes all it takes. It's true. That's all it takes. It is all it
I
takes.
can tell
man.
you about 25 different Mike Tyson's opponents that couldn't take one.
I don't ever want to take a
No.
punch from my. Not that I want to take a hit from Ray Lewis, but I would probably rather take that
Yeah.
as well. I agree.
I
agree
actually,
with that.
we went and saw, this is going to lead into my next shout out. We went and saw a boxing match a couple of months ago that we sponsored, the fighter that was in the main event. And on the way there, the guy that went with me, he and I were having a very similar discussion.
Mm-hmm.
How much money would it take to get into the ring with prime Mike Tyson?
And to go 12 rounds with him, or just like
Just to fight.
just to fight Mike Tyson. How much money would it take?
Because you have a couple options, right?
I gotta think
You could
about
go
that
in there
one,
and just say, screw it, let me get hit once, and it's over.
or just run
Or
around.
do you go in there as a man and try to put up a little bit of a fight?
Don't phrase it like that.
I'm phrasing it that way because
Go in there as a
Hey,
man.
I'll tell you right now, if you paid me
You're a
to
man
get
for
into
walking
a
in there,
boxing ring with Mike Tyson, I'm not walking in there with my hands down saying just punch me and get it over with. I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna knuckle up. I'm still a man.
You have to, yeah. But what I'm saying is, like, you're a man for stepping in there and taking a
Yeah, but
punch
I'm not
from Mike
rolling
Tyson.
over.
No, I wouldn't roll over either. I'm going to try and fight. I agree with that.
So how much
but
money?
to take a punch from Mike Tyson, you got to be pretty manly to take a
agree.
strong and not to take
how
away
much
from
money?
anybody. I don't know, but I got to think on that one. It would have to be a lot.
So we had about a 25-minute drive, and we talked about litter the whole way.
Yeah.
And we ended up coming to the agreement was it was definitely in the millions,
Has to be.
and all of the medical bills were paid for.
I'm trying to think, how long do you think you're going to last?
It wasn't just the money. It was also the bills had to get paid for because you're going to the hospital in one way or another.
So why don't you just take the punch, bro? I know you're going to go try and fight him. Are you going to try and hit him?
Hell yes.
I'm going to try and hit him too, but what I'm saying is like all the medical, how long do you think you're actually going to last in there is my question.
30 to 40 seconds.
How many punches do you think is going to take you to be dropped?
One.
My point exactly is
No, I actually think it would be two. I think it would be.
you're going to dodge the
I
first one
think
and
it
get
would
clipped.
be a left body shot and a right hook.
You
and
forget,
you'd be
people
over.
forget about the body shots. They think it's just the
But
face.
this is why I'm
This
saying
is gonna
no,
drop
no,
you.
This is why I'm saying it's going to be two, because Mike Tyson in his prime,
You're going to come down.
before you could hit the crumble,
You're getting hit again.
he's hitting you again.
You
So
gotta
it'd be a left body, I think.
Yeah, because he was the person who said, like, if you step in the ring with me, we're not joking.
No.
Like, if this is a thing and there's money and things on the line, like, if you actually step on this as a challenge, I'm coming to kill you.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't
Everybody
think-
has a game plan until you get hit.
Yeah, he doesn't waste his time with jokes. I don't think back then, definitely.
What? Billions?
Bro, when people, when some,
That's a generational thing too.
when
He
they
said
see,
billion.
but I'm saying when they see the clips of this guy like pop up on Instagram, they're like, "No, that guy, I don't think I would ever." He just looked. Oh, 100%.
Oh, he might put his fist through you. Yeah.
Bro, not just you, bro. He would crack all my ribs. I would try and take it. I've seen featherweights and drop guys just with a body shot.
Yep.
Imagine this guy
It
hitting.
just happened. It just happened with Ryan Garcia.
Yeah.
A few months ago. Ryan Garcia, I mean, he was already a little bit hurt going into that fight, but he took a body shot and went straight down.
Javante?
Yep. Anyway, so good question. I do think that it would be running back over boxing or MMA. It would be, you'd have to pay me a lot. I would say minimum $5 million to get into the ring.
Yeah, I got to think on that number because.
But you know what? It's not just Mike Tyson.
No, there's a lot.
You'd have to pay me. You'd have to pay me a minimum $5 million to get in the ring with Floyd Mayweather. He's another one. He'd punch me 12 times before I could blink. Manny Pacquiao? No, thank you. Give me 10.
Canelo? No, thank you.
Oh, you're not getting me in the ring with Canelo.
Guys,
Actually, that's not true. I do have a price.
everybody has a price.
You know, everybody has a price. I'd get in there with Canelo. Now, if you put stipulations on it though, where you have to last a round,
Yeah,
I don't think I would take it
because the guy's coming to.
because I can't do it.
The guy's coming to knock you out.
Yeah,
He said, "You're not gonna last this round."
yeah. Now give me like a bomb disposal outfit.
Go ahead, hit me.
Go ahead.
I've even seen those body things.
Give me
though.
the dog one.
But you seen those body things that they have now?
and they still hurt you.
What? I see some of these guys; they're not even able to breathe.
Yeah, they still hurt you.
Talking like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
All
know
right,
if I
so
can do
because we were talking about boxing, I want to go back to it real quick. So October 7th, which is Saturday, my boy Trini Ochoa, the second, fighting for the belt, my friend.
Did you put up 3 when you did that?
I don't think so. Did I?
No, I
The
did.
second.
Okay, sorry.
Fighting for the belt. Looking to go, I think it's 16-0?
Come on, bro.
17-0, 16-0?
Come on.
His father is my tattoo artist, Trini, also. Hence the second.
Second.
Anyway, Celebrity Theater, Phoenix, October 7th, fighting for the belt. Absolutely pulling for you, Trini. I think he has an extremely good chance to do it. Trini is in amazing shape.
Sounds like great form too.
Oh, dude.
Bro.
And he's fast. He's strong.
What class is it?
Lightweight,
Okay.
I think. I'm gonna probably get in trouble for not knowing that. I mean, he's
Sorry.
you know, he's probably like, I don't know, 5'10", 5'9", 5'10", somewhere around there.
Yeah, he's in the fight. He's got a
But-
good record, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, looking to get. So apparently, this is like the first level of belts.
Yeah.
So if he gets this belt, moving on up.
Come on, bro.
Yeah. So good luck. You can. I don't think you can. Or they do have a streaming. I'll try to find the link and either put it in the video or put it in the comments. However, it's probably going to be on delay because it's this Saturday. So just keep an eye out if you're interested. But good luck, Trini Ochoa,
Good luck, man.
Team TO.
And did we talk about that? Did you show that last time?
What? This?
The swag?
No. So this is new.
Yes.
So I've got my American flag, my Uncle Sam. I got my Statue of Liberty. Got my Liberty Bell. It's not quite done yet. Still got to fill in this section right here. So
And you said this is Trini doing this.
yeah, this is Trini at Sacred Society Tattoo.
Shout out.
Shout out to Sacred Society Tattoo over in Mesa. Amazing artist. He did this one. He did this one. He did my back. I've got a big back piece that he did that's a mixture of World War II and modern day military as well.
I have to get over that.
Yeah. So
Real quick with me. Binyo. Born to Play. It's a board game. Hottest game of the summer right now. Summer too hot. Shout out Chris Brown. He's got also an album coming out, 11/11. Make sure you're ready for that. One of my favorite artists. Killing it. The guy kills it. Sorry, back to Binho.
As in the Chris Brown?
The Chris Brown.
As in the Riri Chris Brown?
That Chris Brown.
Okay. Yeah, you're never going to outlive that.
Humans, bruh. It's yes, okay. But he's killing it right now.
Okay.
R&B champ. Once again, 11/11, November 11th. Check out. There's an album coming out. Drop it. Veterans Day as well.
More important.
Binho, want to give them the shout out. There's a board, kind of a board game, but a better board game. I'll bring in the board next time. Basically, soccer game. They got little pegs in, 2 goals, flick back and forth. You remember like air football or table football you used to play?
Yeah.
Soccer version of it. Cool. Better. They got a little ball. Sick warehouse here, local company, man, in Arizona. They're killing it, man. They I think they got connected with Arsenal in the EPL. I think they got some boards in their shop. It's official. I forgot the term they use. Official gear or something they use in their stores. They made boards for the Phoenix Rising. I think it's one of their top-selling boards. So if you see them around, man,
all right,
check them out.
Well,
Binho,
have to get one.
Binho. Yeah, definitely get one in here.
Yeah.
I think they customize boards depending on what it is and that. But yeah, this is the shirt. They hooked me up. I went to their warehouse. Sick warehouse. The guys are amazing. They have like a little stadium in their warehouse where you can play, and they got the cameras shooting down over and then seeing the person's face across. Yeah, man, it was a cool little vibe there. So shout out to you guys, man. Had to throw that in there.
Right on.
Yeah, that's me. That's me today.
That's what you got going on.
That's what I got. Binho board.
All right, cool.
I have to throw it out there. So,
any other shout-outs?
I don't think I have anything going on right now. Not at the moment. I can't think of.
All right, well, you got a game Saturday.
Game Saturday. Big
Clinched
game
playoffs.
Saturday. We did.
It is official. Clinched playoffs.
Yes.
I've got a tournament Saturday. You've got a game Saturday.
Yes, big games. These last 2 games are very important because you want to push to get home field advantage.
Yep.
I think that's massive in the postseason to have a home field game.
Where are you going Saturday?
Saturday we're here.
Or sorry, who do you have?
We play against New Mexico. So it should be a good game. I mean, never know what can happen on Saturdays. Every team can beat every team, so we just got to come prepared, ready to play.
Yep.
And yeah, that's our main focus this week, man. Just taking care of business there and getting these last 6 points because we have Colorado next week at Colorado. So down to the wire, man. Like I said, we want to get that home field advantage and then keep getting more weeks after the season.
Definitely. All right.
Yeah, man.
Well, shout out to the Phoenix Rising. Be watching it for sure. If I can make it, I'll make it. If not, as always, it'll be on my phone or my television, one way or the other.
I know you'll be watching, brother. I know you'll be watching.
I've got a tournament this week.
Yeah.
Where? It's at Gold Canyon,
okay,
which is way east.
How you feeling about it? Good. Yeah, I'm excited. So it's my buddy Josh's last tournament with the Arizona Veterans Golf Association. So this will be interesting. We didn't know if he was going to play or not, but he is. So we had to move some stuff around. I was able to get paired up with him, so that's good. We'll have a blast. He's getting ready to take off to Nevada. And, looking forward to it. And then hopefully that'll be finishing up right about halftime of the Cougar game. Then we got Seattle's on bye this week, so I don't have to worry about that on Sunday. Just regular football. Buccaneers. You can watch them.
Could. Probably will. I got to see how Baker does now that you brought it up. So, yeah, we got a lot going on this week.
Yeah.
But all good stuff.
Make sure your fantasy team is on point.
My fantasy team needs a lot of help.
I would never trade A.J. Brown.
All right, that's enough for us. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to
smash that like and subscribe button. Go follow. Do all the things you're supposed to do.
Yeah, make sure that you're sharing it with everybody else. Even if you don't know if they're going to like it or not, share it anyway.
We're fun, guys.
We're fun. We just...
Thanks for watching. We love you guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
And, over and out.
Sounds good. Till next week.
Till next week.